Hi, my name's Tom Reber, and I'm your host today for Jacksonville Buzz. We have two fantastic guests. Our first guest is Gretchen Kornutik, Salt Air Stays Consulting. Welcome to the show, Gretchen.
Thank you.
Tell us about Salt Air Stays.
Yeah, it's a fantastic company that I'm super excited. I started it a number of years ago. I have been in the real estate world for 30 plus years in multiple states. I'm a broker in multiple states, and I just really enjoyed it. In 2015, we had an oceanfront house that we turned into a flip house, and by accident, because of Hurricane Matthew, it turned into a performing asset and a vacation rental. Wow. And I worked with other partners trying to figure out how the heck it works, and there just wasn't a roadmap. So Salt Air Stays is a management. It is it's a design firm. It is a consulting firm, and I work with legislators and realtors to make the Airbnb space a conducive one for our neighbors and just the community.
So good to know that we have some vision with the decisions being made in the short-term rental space, which is incredible, because one of my favorite sayings is a decision without vision's a blind mind. Yes. And if you have a blind mind, you make a bunch of bad decisions.
Yes.
So Gretchen, it's great to know that you do that. So you said a lot there. You have legislative people.
Yeah. Yep.
You have real estate community.
Yes.
Bringing those two people together to communicate's got to be almost like herding cats.
It is, but not quite as hard as you think. You know, there's a lot of folks in the space that just simply shouldn't be in it. Yeah. They were given maybe through a mastermind class or an online, little tweet, some information that it was a quick buck to go into the Airbnb space, and now they're of course leaving the space because they have lost money, they haven't done it right, they've got fines, and we need to take care of our neighbors. We need to be good stewards to our neighborhoods and really take care of things and do it correctly.
Wow. Gretchen, I love all those things, number one. Number two, having actual directional leadership in that space is incredible. Working with the local city council people, the communities, and quite frankly, you're showing people how to do it the right way.
Yes.
That's impressive.
It's fun too, right? So my give back is, of course, it benefits me in the long run, but my give back is really the general public assumes that realtors and or professionals in real estate understand the short-term rental space, and they simply don't. Right. It's really licensed under hotels and restaurants, and so we need to bridge that gap. And because I'm in real estate, and on the other side, I do free mini classes for brokers. Wow. I go in and I teach them so that they know what they don't know. And it really makes a difference in our community.
I've got one more piece for you. Obviously, you have the adult vacation spot of the world, which is a 32034 Amelia Island.
Yes.
You have St. Augustine.
Yes.
You obviously have the beaches of Jacksonville proper.
Yeah.
You work in all those spaces?
I do. I work in all those spaces, but I got to tell you, we're missing a big part, which is actually Jacksonville. One of our biggest clients for other property managers. I partner with a lot of people. Is our medical tourism. Yes. We have MD Anderson. We have the Mayo.
Yes.
We have proton therapy up at UF Shands.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people in this community housing patients, doctors, nurses, things like that, and having those relationships. I love making relationships and bringing people together through the HR at the hospitals.
100%.
So it's not just about vacations.
Yeah.
And it's also not about the 20-year-old coming and having a party in a building.
100%.
Yeah. It's so much more than that.
Thank you for going that extra level on that.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time on that piece. We're going to jump it over to James Miller, Building Blessings Group.
Yes, sir.
Start with that. I know you have a lot more than that.
It's a big project, but I'm going to try to summarize it. So, the initial focus of Building Blessings Group is to build a wellness campus, a living wellness campus particularly for foster kids aging out of the foster system
the
who
18 plus group.
That's correct. They face homelessness, as well as a lot of them have mental illness that's untreated. So the focus is to get them not only housing, but a treatment program to where they can, get healing. So
let's talk about the healing process. Okay. In my business, I'm in sales, and sometimes healing is getting a transaction done and being proud of it. How do you translate that to a young person?
So what we are intending on doing is having a longer term rental program for them. So they not only have a place to live, but they have a campus that they can, have fellowship on with other people.
Yeah.
The longer term goal for, our campus is to be able to have a credit system where they can kind of work and work to build houses for
Get the
themselves.
wind beneath their wings.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the intent is to have courses to help them learn how to operate a household. We expect some of them to have children. So that's a thing. We're going to have a studio and 2-bedroom units on campus, up to 80 at this point. That's the plan. And we are looking to be in multiple states and cover multiple things, not just teenagers aging out of the foster system.
Sounds like to me you touch on education and financial welfare and things like that.
It's a big thing. The biggest thing that we are focused on is networking and creating relationships. As she mentioned, it's a very important thing in what we're doing. So, right now what we're up to is doing that, is making those relationships,
Gotcha.
Creating those alliances, so we can kind of.
Well, James, blessings to your plight.
Very
And we
much.
look forward
Thank
to
you.
spreading the word about that. So congrats on that.
I appreciate you having me.
Guys, thank you for tuning in today. We had a great show today with Gretchen and with James. Please check on their links below. This is a very powerful show. They have so much data and information to give you. Check them out. We appreciate you tuning in. Cheers.